Hi, my name is Artemis Cantilides, and I'm the co-owner of Iron Body Studios in Needham, Massachusetts, and I'm also the author of the blog Iron Body by Artemis. I'm here to talk about how to progress your ab wheel rollout from kneeling to standing. The ab rollout is a fantastic core exercise, and it helps to train and increase trunk stability and strength. And I write about this in a blog that I wrote called the Ab Wheel Rollout, or the Ab Rollout. Typically, when I start clients and I start to have them learn the ab rollout, typically depending on what level they're at, I usually start them out with a stability ball. So that's the first level you should start with, is for yourself or for your clients, start out with kneeling rollouts with the stability ball. And I write about this in the blog, the ab rollout. And then I'll progress clients to the TRX, and I'll have them do kneeling rollouts with the TRX and standing rollouts as well, okay? So that would be the next progression. And then after they master the TRX, then I progress them to the ab wheel. So the ab wheel rollout is a very advanced core exercise. So you want to make sure that you yourself or your clients are ready to do this, okay? It's very important that your trunk, from your shoulders to your hips, when you do this, whether it's with the ball, the TRX, or the ab wheel, everything moves as one unit. You don't want to go chest first and then hips and then come back hips and then chest, okay? So you want to make sure that everything is nice and stable and stiff and moving as one unit as you're rolling out. So typically when I have clients start out with the ab wheel from kneeling, what I'll have them do is first start with their toes on the floor. So their feet will be dorsiflexed, okay, so that they have that stability from their feet. And they'll roll out and come back with their feet touching the floor. Once they master that, then I'll have them take their feet off the ground, and then I'll have them work with their feet off the ground and they're just on their knees. It's very important to master the kneeling ab rollout before you try to take your ab rollout to standing. Okay, and it can take a few years. It usually does take a few years. It took me years. I only have one client who I've been working with for 4 years. We're going into our 4th year of training, and she started out with the kneeling ab rollout. And just recently, we started to work through standing ab wheel progressions. Okay, so it's very important that you get to the point that you feel like you've mastered this, that you get a really great range of motion, that your chin is touching the floor, and you can come back with ease, and that you can train multiple sets of more than 10 reps from your knees, okay? So when you're ready, then you take it to standing. And I'm going to show you how to take it to standing here. It helps. You want to have a TRX because you're going to use the anchor point, okay? So I'm going to get my step stool because I'm 5'1", and we always need step stools, you know, it's a short people problem. So I'm going to get my step stool, and I'm going to take the straps off the TRX. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach a carabiner. So this is the carabiner I'm going to attach to the anchor point. Alright. And then from there I'm going to take a band, a resistance band like you would use for your pull-ups, for assisted pull-ups. Okay, so this is a 1-inch thick black heavy band. It provides about 50 pounds of assistance. And I'm going to hook that onto the carabiner. Now before I go into how to use the band and everything together, I want to talk about the motion of the standing rollout. You want to use your hip hinge for the standing rollout. So think of what you do when you go to do a hand walkout. When you go to do a hand walkout, you stand with your feet hip distance, you fold at the hips, right? So you're using your hip hinge, and then you walk it out. And then when you come back, knees are soft, you fold at the hips, and you come up, right? Hip hinge, knees are soft, walk it out. Come back, knees soft, hip hinge, come up. Same thing when you do the standing ab rollout. You're going to use your hip hinge, knees are soft, roll it out, and then as you pull yourself back, knees get soft again, you is your hip hinge, all right? So I'm going to take the band, I'm going to put it around my torso. Right now it's placed just above my belly button. Got my ab wheel, feet or hip distance. I'm going to use my hip hinge over, place the ab wheel on the floor, and then I'm going to roll it out. And then I'm going to pull back, knee soft, hip hinge, right? And then I'm going to roll it out. All right? I would start with sets of 5 with resistance, okay? Once you get to just completely free of the band and using your body weight, I would keep it to sets of 3. It's a lot of stress on your wrists to have your body, the weight of your body weight on your wrists while it's holding onto those handles, okay? So sets of 3 tends to be a very manageable rep count. And Dan John writes about this in Intervention, and just, be wary of your wrists and how they feel and how much weight and pressure you're putting on them when you use the ab rollout. When that band, so say you start with the 1-inch band, when that starts to get really easy, then take it down about halfway and get a lighter band. Get a 1/2-inch black band that provides 25 pounds of assistance and see how that goes. And I think if you're working through sets of 3 to 5 reps, that's a good rep count, okay? And then soon, you won't need any resistance, and you'll be able to just roll it out, right? All right, enjoy.